There are many ways to diet. There are many ways, all kinds of ways to diet. There are all kinds of ways to work out, train, exercise. There are many ways to live your lifestyle however you want. But there is only one way. There's only one way to anti-age. That's it. Period. There's only one way to anti-age. And it's a hard way. It's a hard way. And I'm saying what it is. I'm defining it. I'm coming out and defining it and doing it. It's my life. It's my obsession. Anti-aging is my obsession. My anti-aging, not anyone else's. I want to share things with people, and that's my way of caring about people. But I'm not gonna. I don't. Part of anti-aging is getting rid of dead weight. People are dead weight, so that's part of it. That's what I say as far as part of the lifestyle side is losing dead weight, whether it's people, whether it's things that you do, distractions that you have, addictions you have, all those things. It could be simple things like television, stuff like that. Television and wanting to know what goes on in the world, pop culture, that's all dead weight, man. And for me, I know the perfection bars. So I don't, like I said, man, lifestyle and mindset is where I have my failures. But compared to the average person, man, I'm in the clouds when it comes to those things. So nobody anti-ages anywhere near what I do. Nobody does on the planet. And we're talking more like a first world. Anybody who lives in a first world culture where everything wants to make us age even faster. You know, you live in a different culture where things are more they're more natural. That's what you want to get to. So, but still, those people don't have the benefit of some of the stuff we've learned. You know, science, modern medicine, which is still fine. I mean, I'm not one of those weird people that's like doesn't accept modern medicine when it's needed, right? Like, you know, there's people that they won't go to the dentist because, you know, they have cavities and infections, and it's like, wow, you know, because they want to be natural. So there, you know, I'm not one of those people. But anyways, I don't like being looked at when I'm on my cell phone. I don't want people looking at me like he's one of those weirdos that talks to his cell phone. That's like a complex that I have. I hate it. I'm not a selfie person. I don't walk around with a selfie stick, and I'm doing this stuff. I don't want to even be an internet person. I didn't even want to do these videos. I said this a bunch of times that I don't want to do these. I didn't want to do this stuff until I was like in my 50s, and not even just to think about it. I didn't want to do it, and I was like, well, for the greater good of mankind, man, I need to share this stuff, because when I get to my 50s, I might not want to do it. So I'm 42. I started sharing this stuff, you know, a little while ago, when I really nailed it on the head. I nailed anti-aging. I figured it all out, put all the puzzle pieces together, and establishing what the perfect diet is, establishing what the perfect lifestyle is, and establishing what the perfect mindset is. That, just establishing it first. Okay, now you're going to understand where anti-aging starts. That's like the starting point. Then you have to actually, if you want to apply it and try to seek it, that's a different story too. But it's perfection on those three elements: diet, lifestyle, and mindset. Perfection. And then the byproduct is the exercise, the training, whatever. For me, my training is based on testosterone maximization, because for me, that goes hand in hand with anti-aging. my testosterone, everything, if I base everything on my testosterone maximization, I get younger. And I'm talking natural. Doing this, adding synthetic testosterone ages you. It is adding anything that you don't need ages you. Taking testosterone, I say this a million times, man. Taking testosterone is the dialysis machine. It's dialysis for testosterone. So, guys, do not do TRT. Do not do any testosterone at all if you don't need it. If you're not dying, if your body's not making it, you're dying. That's when you need it. And you don't come up with that on your own. You get told that by professionals who know the bad side of things too. So that's why they take so long to put people on TRT, because they know what it can do, the side effects. So then, what was I? There was something I was gonna say that I stepped over. Oh, I was talking about lifestyle. I take things. Look at. I don't even want to know who. I don't care anything about politics. I've never cared about politics. So, I say this because there's people who this could rub people the wrong way, and I want to make a point. I don't care. I've never cared about politics my whole life. I don't vote. But for anti-aging, like when I was in my late 20s and early 30s, I used to listen to radio and stuff and just listen to it. I didn't care about it. I didn't really take sides too much, but I used to listen to stuff and just listen to radio talk show hosts talk about politics and stuff while I was working. It's just something to do. But later, like the last handful of years, man, I've made it a point to. I figured, hey, you know what? You want to perfect your lifestyle? That's dead weight. You can't even pay attention to any of that stuff. I don't care who the president is. I don't care what goes on in the world, politically. I don't care. I really do not care. I know that Donald Trump's the president. I know he's probably going to be the president again. But after that, I don't know who the vice president is. I don't know who's running against Donald Trump. I don't want to know. I don't care. I have nothing against any of them. But after the next term or whatever, I really don't want to know who's even running or who's in the. I don't want to know anything about any of that stuff. Now, that is seeking a perfect lifestyle. That. Now, will that get in my... I didn't want to know that Donald Trump was running for president whenever he was running for president against Hillary Clinton. I didn't want to know who was running at that time. It got into my ear because you can't go anywhere without hearing it, right? So that's how I heard it. I heard Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton were running for president. I might have seen it on the TV at the gym. I might have, had heard someone talking about it. That's how I heard it. I was trying to avoid it then. Not because I hate them, but because I don't care about that. That does not serve my purpose of anti-aging. That's a dead weight. So there's people who will, they'll think that's way too hardcore. Exactly, it is. Anti-aging is hardcore as hardcore can get. People can't, that's nothing to me. And then there's people that might not ever, they might not care about that. Think of something that you care about that is dead weight. Wanting to know what goes on with everything. See, in our culture, everything is like a reality show, and that's why the politics is the same thing. It's addictive. They want to get people addictive to whatever side they choose, and then they just keep them, and then they just string them along, and then they just turn into drones. And that doesn't benefit you if you're trying to anti-age. If you're trying to anti-age, you're trying to add 20, 30, 40, 50 high-quality years to your life. You need to be no part of civilization as best as you can. Whether I mean, that's ideal. So, is it going to happen? Probably not. If you're watching this, you probably like living where you're at, and you like having your air conditioning. I get all that, right? I do too. But so you have to be realistic at some point too. But Within that, you got to bubble yourself, and you have to focus everything on yourself and your plans. And if you've made, you know, if let's say you have to work too, let's say you have kids, you have kids, you have to work 2 jobs because you have to provide for your kids, because you have children. Now you have to think of your children first. You know, that's the bed you made. It's not a bad thing, but I'm saying, you know, you have to put things into perspective to depending on what hand you had dealt, and also what hand that you gave yourself. And I'm not trying to say having kids is wrong. You know, it's great. It's just you won't be able to focus on yourself 100% if you have children. That's just the way it is. Unless you're rich and you know, you can have people take care of your kids or whatever. But I'm just throwing these things out there to say, to just show how hardcore it is. And then you know, you do what you can. You do what you can with what you got, but you still have to get rid of things that you can get rid of. Don't get rid of your children. Don't get, you know. But let's say you have children and you have to work multiple jobs because you have to take care of your family, right? Well, now you have to figure out how you can do the best you can within that situation that you are in. It's not easy. Even if you have one job. Let's say you just have one job, but your job sucks. Most people's jobs suck. That's why they're jobs. But understand that there's someone that has a job that sucks way worse than what you got. There's always someone that has a job that sucks way worse. So find the best. Find the best inside of what that situation is, and don't let it wear you down. And don't think I need to get a new job and no, don't do that. Just find the best with what you got. Make the best of it, and then at some point, once that gets past you, once you're above all that, sometimes you can go back and you can go, oh, wait a minute, I'm in a position, and you'll be a better person. You'll be able to get a better job after you become a better person, not while you're trying to become a better person, because you know it shows on you. You'll be able to have more confidence. You'll be able to try to get jobs maybe you were scared to try to get at one point. Try to go above what you know, but still, then are you seeking, you know, what are you seeking? Are you seeking more money? Are you seeking, with that comes more responsibility, with that comes more stress. See what I'm saying? Everything is designed to age us faster. Everything is. You have to deal with it all. And that's just a couple things. This is every single thing in our life, man. So, perfecting the diet, perfecting the lifestyle, perfecting the mindset is key. Perfecting it. I'm not saying that just saying, oh, I'm gonna eat better, I'm gonna live better. No, perfecting it. That's what anti-aging is. Getting as close to perfection as possible, because you're not going to get 100%. Period. There is no other way. You know, there is no other way, and most people will not even attempt to even attempt it. Most people, if you're someone who's listening to anything that I say, and you're like agreeing, and you're going, man, you know what? I know that, you know, that there's something to that. You're in the 0%. Just agreeing and going, you know what? There's something to that. You're in the 0% of people, because it's not even a fraction of 1% of people. It's basically, if it was taken across the board, a study on it, it would be 0% of people, because that's the percentage it would fall under. So you're in that 0%. You're in that 0%. That's a first step. Now, applying it and doing it is a whole nother thing. Even doing a fraction of it, it's a whole nother thing. That's why I say, man, constantly, it cannot be a grind. It cannot wear you out. You cannot grind. Grinding is not good. Grinding is not good. I know grinding people, you know, they put grinding up on a pedestal. Grinding isn't good. Grinding ages you. So grinding mentally, grinding physically, it ages you. Grinding isn't good. So you can't let your anti-aging obsession grind you. You'll go the opposite. You'll think you're doing you'll think that you're doing what's right, and you're doing the opposite. So it all has to intertwine, and it all has to come together. Every individual has a different experience because every individual starts at a different place. So, some people have a harder road. Everyone has a hard road. Put it that way. Don't care what anyone else is. That's why it's focusing on you. This is why I focus on me. I don't focus on any individual unless I'm getting paid to help them focus on themselves, because that's part of a business. But as far as I can separate that. And I understand. I'm able to do that. I also understand that can become overbearing too. So there's a balance there. But in my own life, I'm focused on my own obsession with my own age reversal, and you have to be too. You have to be focused on yours. Don't pay attention to what anyone else is doing. Don't be one of these people in life in general. Even if you're not even attempting to do any of this stuff in life in general, you're going to be a better person if you do not look at everyone else and think they have everything better than you. And that's what most people do. Most people look at it and they go, man, that person, and they don't have a clue what that person has going on. They don't. So never just go, man, they have a better life, they have it easier. Why do I have it so hard? You're just going to wear yourself out, and you're not going to do anything. You're never going to accomplish anything thinking like that. So focus on yourself, tunnel vision, head down, butt up, no grinding. See, hard work without grinding. You have to understand how to do that, because you're working harder than you've ever worked in your life, and you're working harder than most people. But no grinding has to be a love. You have to be it's an obsession. You have to love it. Think about adding 20, 30, 40, 50 years of high quality living to your life. Think about that. Think of just, that should be your mission. Every second is precious. Every second. Every day is precious that you get. So imagine adding a lot of those that are going to be high quality without the stresses. You don't want the stresses of everyday life. You don't want that. So that should be your motive. And if it becomes your motive, you understand why I say the things that I say, why I talk about myself, and I talk about how I throw this out there all the time, because people want to look for a crutch, man. I'm not anybody's crutch. I'm not anybody's shoulder to cry on. I'm not anything like that, even though I have compassion for people. That's why I'm doing this stuff. I'm sharing this stuff with people. I'm paying thousands of dollars to give stuff away for free that people don't even want to hear. I'm paying all kinds of money all over the internet to give this information away for free. And the money that I'm going to make from it is nowhere near the money that I put out for it. So it's stupid on a business side to do this. As someone who I am an entrepreneur, I make my living off of my own self. It's very stupid to do, but it's like, you know what? I just want to get this. I want to do this now, and if it goes anywhere at some point, then that's what happens. But it's not going to go somewhere with me trying to become some type of a online celebrity, because that goes against anti-aging. Trying to be some type of an online talking face that talks about, that celebritizes themselves, unless I do nothing and all I can do is record videos with my cell phone and give it to someone and they can do all the work. Okay, but if I'm doing all the work and I'm dealing with that can destroy you. So my focus is seriously on my anti-aging and my adding decades to life. That's more important than anything else. And And me saying that, what I just said, proves like, hey, that's where I'm coming from. You know, it's not about trying to be some internet, celebrity that talks about something in health. I don't want to do that. I really don't even want to be. I really don't want to do these videos. I don't want to write the books that I wrote about this stuff. I got a couple more books I might write, and that's it. And I'm still waiting on the testosterone one. I need more people to want it. And that's the best natural testosterone maximization guide anyone will ever see on this earth. Anyone will ever get on this earth. That is the best. That is the best. And it's focused on testosterone maximization naturally focused on it. Everything that's out there, I said, and I just did a video last night that says everything that's out there is great, right? Progressive overload, high intensity interval training, powerlifting, strength training, all that is great, and people can do all that, but that's not testosterone maximizing. So testosterone maximizing is also understanding perfection, diet, lifestyle, and mindset, because the training is the byproduct of that. People in this world try to make up for those three things being bad with exercise, working out, train, whatever. They don't even know what they're doing. Most people just do, hey, let me just move, and okay, that's great, better than not moving. But they're trying to make up for having bad diet, lifestyle, and mindset with exercising and training and working out and whatever, hurting themselves. There are people who are doing sports and they don't even know what they're doing, man. They're just hurting. People lift weights and they don't know what they're doing. They just lift. They just follow what they see, and they think that this is the way to this and this. And you know what? It's not, man. And some of that stuff's cool, but people don't understand what the purpose is of, like powerlifting. Powerlifting is pro-aging, and it's body wrecking. It's cool, but anybody that wants to do it has to understand what they're doing to themselves. And stuff that's on the internet is done to get, feats of strength and stuff are designed to get people's attention. People that are doing that stuff, they're on a lot of gear too. They're on a lot of stuff, man. And then you go to the whole bodybuilding side where the men and women, they're all on stuff too. And everything's designed to just get people's attention with the eyeballs. And that's not anti-aging. None of it is. And I'm not saying any of it's bad. People can do what they want. There's even stuff like progressive overload, high intensity interval training, strength training properly. That stuff done properly is good. And that stuff done properly leans towards testosterone, leans in the right direction towards making your testosterone better, but it's not testosterone maximizing. So it takes someone like me who does it. I'm in my 40s. My testosterone is around 1,000 naturally. I take nothing. I focused on this. I went through the whole process of trial and error to be able to come up with this. Throughout my mid-30s, my late 30s, I nailed it, man. I nailed anti-aging. At 39, I nailed it. I hit it on the head. I figured out the pieces that I was missing previously. And for men, your testosterone, it matters. It matters. But still, where are people coming from? Where are they starting from? That might be something that they need to worry about way later, because it'll just come. And not everyone's going to be able to train anywhere near the way that I train. There's people who are younger than me that can't train anywhere near the way that I train. So that all, like I said, that's a byproduct. I'm at a high level of life. That's a byproduct. It's not what fixes the other things. Although exercise is good for your brain and it's good for your mood and stuff like that. Just like the sun. I'm gonna get some sun right now. Vitamin D from the sun is what you want. Even for your mood, just for overall well-being, just like exercise. Some like certain forms of like just riding a bike, running, walking. Although running, you can start getting into sport. Now you can start damaging your body. People need to know these things, man. Not everyone can run. Not everyone should be running. I don't run. Most people shouldn't be running, and if people do, they need to figure out how to run, not necessarily like run, but they need to be like doing more like a jogging thing that's not as damaging as if they care about their joints. So, but we're just talking about movement, getting your heart rate up and stuff. For me, when I do stuff like that, it's I call it mental brain cardio. It's for my brain. I'm thinking about all kinds of things. So that's why that's good for you. It's not to fix your bad lifestyle, diet, mindset. So I hope it makes sense here, and I'm just throwing stuff out here. I'm just giving a random goulash of different things, but man, it's all what it is, man. It's all what it is, and I want people to understand it. People can do whatever they want with it. I just want people to know. I want to get it out there enough to where, I would like hundreds of thousands eventually. I would like hundreds of thousands of people across the whole entire, all the different things that I'm doing through books and through videos and stuff like that. If a good 100,000 individuals, real people, heard it, I'd feel good. Like, all right, now I can decide what I want to do with it. If I want to carry on and make it something bigger, or if I just want to now I go and I live it without having to care about sharing it. You know what I mean? So that would be what I would that would be the fork in the road that I'd come to at some point. I don't know when that's going to be, but that would be a fork in the road that I will come to. Like, hey, do I want to go and did I share enough to where I can feel like, hey, you know what? I put this out there, I can't do anymore. You know what I mean? And so whenever that happens, that happens. It's not soon. I'm doing good right now, but I still have some more stuff to share. I would like to get out that testosterone book, but I need more. I need 100 plus people, 100 plus guys that are willing to pay for it to make it worth writing and doing. I started doing it, and I'm like, I don't have time to be doing this. I gotta make money doing things that I make money doing. I make money on the internet. I make money writing. I can't write things that don't make money anymore. I've done that too many times. I've done that way too many times. I got to focus on what makes me money. That way I can live my life and better my life. So I would love to do it though, man. I would love to do it. And there's people that want it, but I need more than 100 for sure. And they're willing to pay for it, because it's not something that I want to just put out for free like these other things that I'm doing. I gotta make something off of something at some point. So I mean, making money, what I make from other things like consulting and stuff is it goes into the hopper. It goes back into paying for ads and stuff like that. So and this would go back into paying. I would always be in the negative with this, always. So this is not about money. It's not about money. Which is stupid. Don't ever do that. Don't do that. I tell people all the time in the entrepreneurial world, I tell them don't do what I do. Don't do it. Like this right here, there's people watching this from the entrepreneurial world. Never, ever, ever do this. This goes against everything it's the complete opposite of what you should be doing. Don't waste your time. Focus on yourself. Focus on your longevity. Unless you can get yourself to a level to where you can handle it, do it. But really, I can never tell someone to do it. I have to say don't do it because it's the opposite of what anti-aging is, and I have to promote anti-aging. You know what I mean? So, anyways, you have a good day.